Hi, welcome to the Silver Spurs 2020 Fall Folk Festival show for you today. We're really happy that we're able to do this because it wouldn't be fall without the Fall Folk Festival. So we'd like to thank the committee for all the work they did in trying to figure out how to reach everyone and get everything together for the musicians that you're hearing today, streaming, as well as the other groups that you're hearing. We'd like to thank personally St. John's Cathedral for allowing us to record here today, and for Brendan for doing all of the recording that he's going to be doing. We're showing you dances from all over the world, and we have a small group of people dancing today, all alumni and myself, and you may have seen some of these dances before, but we're ready to get going. Our first set is a set from various Japanese odori dances from festivals. The last dances that we did, the Japanese dances, 4 of them were odori dances, which are community dances done at festivals to celebrate many things: spring, fall, harvest festivals. And the very last dance, the 5th dance, is one that the song is Japanese, and it's a big hit in Japan in the folk dance circles, but it was written by an American out of Stanford University. Mr. Powell was going there for a presentation of dancing, vintage dancing, and they said, well, why don't you make a dance up for us? And so that was the dance he put together, and it's called Tokyo Polka, a modern odori dance. In the 1920s, Charleston was the rage. Young people did it, old people thought it was a little risque, and that's a problem that kids all over from the 20s until even today have had about dancing. It's like, why do kids do that style of dance? They should dance like we did. But this style, the Charleston, was from the 20s. It was called ragtime as well, and it was a time where young people could do things that their parents would never have dared of. Jared McDougall and Maya Depner are going to do our version of the Charleston to Yes Sir, That's My Baby. Silver Spurs does dances from all over the world. We started in the group in 1947. Red Henderson was one of the physical education specialists in town, and he liked to do round and circle dances as well as ballroom. And then he went to Colorado for a workshop and saw this amazing young people's group called the Cheyenne Mountain Dancers. And he decided right then and there that Spokane needed that kind of activity for young people in their community. And we still have that goal with Silver Spurs, is to get people out, get the kids learning about different cultures, and to kind of live a little bit in their skin, at least as far as the dances go and some of the traditional clothing, so that when they go out into the world, they have a better idea of how other people live. The next dance is from the middle northern part of Romania, and it is called Jacques Sukucitori. The last dance that we just did was Appalachian clogging by, we actually put it all together. We call it the COVID clog. So Maya and Jared and I needed to find something to do since we couldn't get together and dance. So we've been Zoom dancing, and we learned new Appalachian clogging steps, more of a Western style, but we add a little bit of Appalachian flair to it. And we created our choreography to share with you today. So that was our big Zoom and COVID adventure. And again, we're really happy that we're here to be able to share it, because that's what the Fall Folk Festival is all about. And again, we'd like to thank everybody on the committee for putting what we're doing today together, for Brendan for doing the great videotaping, and for all of you for tuning in and watching. The next set of dances that we're going to be doing are from Israel. And Israeli dance is very light, very airy, and we're gonna dance it not in the barefoot that it's traditionally done in, but we're gonna dance it in our shoes just because the floor is cold. And we have two dances. We have a medley. One is called Lo Ahavati Dai, a circle dance. And then the other one is called Tajik Katamar, also a circle dance that we're gonna create into a line as well. Israeli dancing is very popular throughout the Northwest and actually through all the United States, as well as in Israel and other parts of the world where people of the Jewish heritage get together. It talks about the traditions of traveling and of being displaced, and also about joys of being together with family and friends. And so we would like to share with you our joy of being able to dance together, our friends, and share it with all of you, our extended family, today.
עוד לא מצאתי מים באמצע המדבר, עוד לא ציירתי פרח, עוד לא גיליתי איך תוביל אותי הדרך ולאן אני הולך. עוד לא אהבתי די, הרוח והשמש על פניי. עוד לא אמרתי די, ואם לא עכשיו מתי. שקלתי דשא, עוד לא הקמתי עיר, עוד לא נתתי קרן על כל גבעות הגיר, עוד לא הכל עשיתי ממש במו ידיי, עוד לא הכל ניסיתי, עוד לא אהבתי די. עוד לא אהבתי די, הרוח והשמש על פניי. עוד לא אמרתי די, לא עכשיו ומתי. לא הקמתי שבט, עוד לא חיברתי שיר, עוד לא ירד לי שלג באמצע הקציר. אני עוד לא כתבתי את זיכרונותיי, עוד לא בניתי לי את בית חמורותיי. עוד לא אהבתי די, הרוח והשמש על פניי. עוד לא אמרתי די, לא עכשיו ומתי. ואף על פי שאת פה ואת כל כך יפה, ממך אני בורח כמו מין מגפה. עוד יש הרבה דברים שרציתי לעשות, את בטח תסלחי לי גם בשעה הזאת. עוד לא אהבתי די, הרוח והשמש על פניי. עוד לא אמרתי די, לא עכשיו ומתי. עוד לא אהבתי די, הרוח והשמש על פניי. עוד לא אהבתי די, לא עכשיו ומתי.
Before Maya and Jared come back with our last number for our show today, I'd like to thank a couple of parents who have been stalwart, good stewards of the Silver Spurs, and that's how groups like ours, through good times as well as COVID times, managed to stay going and providing activities for kids to do and adults to do, like the Spokane Folklore Society, like the Fall Folk Festival. And these two people are Sharon McDougall on the left, who has helped immensely with changing costumes with the kids and putting things away after shows and working with me in the costume room and being the producer for, 5 or 6 years for the spring show, which is kind of happening today for us. And then Chuck Defner, Maya's dad, who's been taking photographs of us for years, and all of our PR shots that we use now are of Chuck's pictures of the Silver Spurs as Maya was dancing and as Kayla, his other daughter, was dancing as well. So these are people whose faces you never see, but I really want to give them a hand. And also, you need to know that we're real happy to be doing this show today because we did not have a spring show for when Jared and a number of other dancers graduated in the spring, in May, like we usually do. And so this has become a little bit like Jared's spring show, and it's great to have the opportunity to be able to do that. The last dance that's being performed for you today is called Jarabe La Botellas, and it is the dance of the bottles. It is a taverna dance from Jalisco, which is in the mid-southern part of Mexico, if my history is correct. And it's a bit of a competition dance. It's a little bit flirty, it's a little bit showing off. The guy and the gal are going to be dancing around a bottle, traditionally a tequila bottle, but because we are underage in our group, we use apple cider bottles, sparkling cider bottles. The dance has a lot of stamping in it and a lot of whistling and shouting, and it's just all a lot of good fun to see if the couple can keep that bottle standing.
Thank you again for coming. We are you bare feet, some of us. The kids got ahead of me. What can I say? It's real, just like Fall Folk Festival, just from your living room. So remember to show up for 2021, probably in November on Veterans Day, as far as I know. Keep looking at the Fall Folk Festival website for more information. These are the Silver Spurs.